This is the second week of my lifestyle project. I will admit it was a bit easier than the first week. This week, I chose to do my lifestyle changes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I continue to change my electricity, water, and car usage. I did all three of these things on those 3 days of the week. To minimize my water usage, I did some of the same things as last week, such as using a small bucket in the shower and watering my plants with the excess. I've gotten very good at not getting any soap in the bucket because once I do that, I have to pour it out and it just ruins the whole process. I also decided to only shower Sunday night and then not again until Wednesday morning. This was a hard one for me because I am used to showering every single day and I felt gross even though it wasn't bad at all. Luckily, I don't have classes on Tuesdays, so I really only had to go out in public one of those days. I also didn't wash my hands as much as I used to. I started using hand sanitizer a lot more. I noticed that little things like turning the water off when washing the dishes and brushing my teeth came naturally now, which is really cool. Typically, showers are the third largest water usage after toilets and your clothes washer. The average shower lasts 8 minutes and uses 17.2 gallons of water. My showers are closer to double that, so I estimated that I use 34.4 gallons. By not taking a shower on Monday or Tuesday, I saved 68.8 gallons and only used 17 gallons on Wednesday because I tried to take an 8-minute shower. Brushing my teeth was harder to measure because it can be anywhere from 2.5 to 7.5 liters since it really depends on your water being on high or low, how long you brush your teeth, and how much you turn your water on and off during that time. To save electricity, I did a lot of what I did last week. I kept the lights off during the day, unplugged cords that weren't being used like chargers, coffee maker, the toaster, and our record player. We also didn't use the heating or the AC at all during the 3 days. I found out that my computer was using close to 235 kilowatts a year when I left it plugged in even though it was fully charged. I also found out that in the 60s, the average American used about 5,590 kilowatts every year, and now we use close to 12,985 kilowatts annually. Pretty bad, in my opinion. We use a lot more. Lastly, I didn't use my car at all during the 3 days this past week. This week was harder because it was a longer amount of time that I had to go about without using it, but I sure did get my steps in. I walked to and from school, which was in the end beneficial for me because it led me to stay at school and do homework longer because I didn't want to have to walk home. I also only drove if it was completely necessary and it was in a carpool with my roommates or my friends. Driving accounts for 40% of CO2 emissions. Sadly, even if we stopped emitting CO2 right now, we would never go back to the same Earth that we ever had and our ancestors had. Although I did learn a lot from this project because I realized that my actions affect those around me and potentially will affect my children, and so on and so forth.